I have an EFM coal boiler, and I've had it about 10 years, and the domestic hot water coil is plugged up, and so I ordered a new one. I pulled the old one out of the back here, and you can see on the left there, that's the old coil. And when I ordered the new one, they sent me the wrong coil. It has a different bolt pattern on the new coil there, so I had to send it back, and they sent me the right coil. It installs on the back of the boiler here. It's pretty simple. You just shove it in that hole and line up the bolts through a rubber gasket that seals things up. Our village water is pretty hard here, and so I installed these valves so that I can hook this small pump up, and I pump vinegar through that coil once a year, breaks up the minerals, and cleans things out for me in the coil. The water would come out of this boiler pretty hot if you didn't have a mixing valve. So here it is. The hot water comes in this side of the valve. Cold water comes in there. And there's your knob to adjust the mix. My pressure relief valve developed a leak last winter, and so it's time to change that out. I had to cut the pipe off to get it out of there. So we're going to solder this up. Step one is cleaning the parts. Steel brush, you just make sure things are pretty shiny when you do your cleaning. Then step two is to apply the flux. That solder is going to adhere where this flux is applied. And you put the parts together, and sometimes those pipes are a little bit out of round when you mess with them, so it's kind of hard to get them on there sometimes. And we'll apply some heat. I usually do one side, and then I take the torch and heat up the other side a little bit. Then I'll go back where I can hold that torch with my left hand and apply the solder with the right hand. Get it just the right temperature to where that solder melts and is sucked right in there, making a nice solder joint. Then we cool things down. Alright, so we've got the boiler almost put back together, and there's the pipe that directs the water down to the floor if that pressure relief valve should ever pop off. So this has kept me busy the last couple of days, installing the domestic hot water coil and building the mixing valve arrangement there for the bathroom. So the boiler is pretty much ready to go for another season of heating.